Hi, I'm Sam. Welcome to Oxford Online English. In this lesson, you can learn what a vocabulary notebook is, why it's useful for learning vocabulary more quickly, and how to use it. Part 1. Why should you use a vocabulary notebook? A vocabulary notebook is a small book where you can record new words. The best vocabulary notebook is small enough to put in your pocket so you can carry it everywhere with you, like this. Remembering new vocabulary is something that many students find difficult. To really know a word means that you're able not just to recognise it, but to use it correctly. But how can you go from recognising and understanding a word to using it well in your English speaking and writing? You need to form a long-term memory of the word or phrase you're trying to remember. When you learn a new word in class or during self-study, it's in your short-term memory. You're able to recognise and even use the word during your studies, and maybe even for a short time afterwards, but then you may forget it. You need to move the word into your long-term memory. The only way to do this is to see, hear and use the word many times. So then, why is a vocabulary notebook helpful for expanding your vocabulary more quickly? A vocabulary notebook is an excellent tool to help you move new words from your short-term to your long-term memory. You can use it to record and review vocabulary, enabling you to see, hear and use the vocabulary many times, which will help you to remember it. But how do you use a vocabulary notebook? There are lots of different ways to use a vocabulary notebook, but two things are important: record and review. Part 2. How to record the meaning of new vocabulary. Let's look at recording vocabulary. When you learn new vocabulary, record it instantly. That means write it down at that moment. The physical act of writing it down can help you to remember it later. So, whether you're in class, studying at home, or out and about, the best thing to do is to record the word when you learn it. Don't wait until later. There are 4 easy steps. The first step is recording words clearly and correctly. This may sound obvious, but many students find they're unable to read their own notes, or they record and then learn words with incorrect spelling. So, always check how words are spelt. So, what else do you need to record? The second step is to record the meaning of the vocabulary. There are a number of ways to do this depending on the word or phrase that you want to learn. Let's use our example, soup. Do you think writing pea or chicken will help you to remember the meaning of this word? It's true that pea and chicken are examples of soup, but writing down the meaning like this might not help you to remember what soup means. However, I'm quite sure most countries have soup, so translation is a quick and clear way to show the meaning of soup. I speak a little Turkish, so I'll use that. In Turkish, soup is çorba. Many students also find that drawing pictures helps them to remember words. Put the picture on the right-hand page for meaning. For simple words like soup, recording the translation in your own language is okay. However, many words don't have a direct translation. For this reason, it's usually best to record the meaning in English. But use your own words. Don't just copy the meaning from the dictionary. This will make it easier for you to understand and remember the meaning. Let's do an example. Do you know the word tasty? It describes food that has a strong taste or flavour. We can also say that this is a positive adjective, similar to delicious. So we can write a positive symbol next to the meaning. With adjectives, it's also a good idea to record the opposite. We can use this sign for opposite. The opposite of tasty is tasteless. It describes food that has no flavour. This is a negative adjective, so we can write a negative symbol next to the meaning. Hopefully, now you have a good idea of how to record meaning in your notebook. Using a vocabulary notebook is a learning process and should be personal to you. So experiment with different ways of recording meaning. But however you decide to record meaning, one thing is important. It must be clear to you when you come back to it. So there are 4 steps to recording vocabulary. First, record the word clearly and correctly. Second, record meaning.